What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Week 7 rendition of Commander Caucus Live, a stream made by me but led by you. I don't come in here with a script. It's all about you guys today. It's all about you guys today. And today I feel like we might be crashing out a little bit. I feel like we might be crashing out because I don't know what the fuck that was on Monday night. I don't know what that was on Monday night. We 3-3. We doing the boy girl. We haven't had a consecutive win streak or a consecutive loss streak. And I will be honest, bro. I've started to ask, do we suck, bro? Do we suck? I feel like we're going to come in here and crash out, or a couple of us going to come in here and crash out today. And I feel like I might as well just lead the way. And I figured that I would have been calm by now and I would have cooled down by now, being that, the game was almost 48 hours ago. I haven't because I'm about to post a vlog later today, and I keep going back while I'm editing the vlog, and I'm like, bro, the Bears are not good, bro. Like, the Bears are not good. It was damn near the same storyline. I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say that, because last year we dominated that game for the first 3 quarters. They dominated the first quarter, but from the second to the point of the DeAndre Swift touchdown, we thoroughly dominated that game. If you ask me who dominated the majority of that game, I would say the Commanders, even though they fell down to, a 13-0 deficit. They made that up pretty quickly, in my opinion, to the point where, like, all you had to do was hold on to the goddamn ball. Shout out to all the people in the chat. Like I said, guys, I'm going to need y'all today. Shout out to my guy, George. Do like my man said, and go ahead and smash that like and subscribe. Because we coming with the most raw, uncut, and unfiltered analysis on your Washington Commanders. If you see the bottom of the ticker, you can go ahead and send a super chat if you would like. Super chats do take preference. So if you want to jump to the front of the combo, go ahead and infiltrate that chat with a super chat. We're going to give you the rightful shine that you deserve. We're going to give you the rightful sign that you deserve if you send that super chat through. But if you can't, I understand. And go ahead and infiltrate the chat, because we might get to you. You can't make any promises. I'm going to try our best. But anybody that does the super chat, we jump into the front of the line. You getting the rightful shine that you deserve, and I appreciate all y'all support. What's up, CT? You changed your name, bro? You changed your YouTube name? What's up, Cat Turner? What's good, bro? What is good? I don't know, because at my big old age, I turned 30 in 5 weeks. I still let this sorry ass team dictate my mood until the next game. Like, is that bad? Is that immature? It might be, but I still let this sorry ass team dictate my mood for how the rest of my week is going to go. And the bad thing about it now is, like, I got season tickets, right? So I think the worst part about sitting through that loss on Monday is that, contrary to what the fuck these fake ass ball knowers are telling y'all, in the fourth quarter, it was raining like shit. Now, it wasn't the monsoon that I said on Twitter, because I don't know, it's illegal to speak hyperbolic nowadays on social media. Shit weird. Like, niggas can't use their context clues. But if somebody told you that it was a drizzle come the fourth quarter, they're lying their fucking ass off. And if you want proof, go ahead and see the vlog that we'll be dropping tonight, because that's cap. like what the youngest say, that shit is cap for sure. So I sat through that motherfucking rain just to see us lose to Jake Moody on a game-winning field goal. That's how my Monday night went. So that's what's good, CT. That's what's good. But hopefully I can get some of this shit off my chest with you guys. Pause. That sounded crazy. But you know what I meant. You know what I meant. Hopefully, this is the platform to vent. This is the platform to crash out if you're going to do it, because guess what? After that, we got to turn the page to the fucking Dallas Cowboys. And if you can see in the description, I said, yeah, we're going to review the last game, but eventually we got to start to look forward. And that's the difference between 10-year-old Jalen and 30-year-old Jalen. I wasn't ready to look forward until Friday. Even though I still let this sorry-ass team dictate my mood, I used to not be ready to move forward until fucking 12:59 the next Sunday. Now, come Wednesday, you gotta carry it like a real NFL week where that new week starts on Wednesday. And that's what we do. We gotta eventually look ahead to the Dallas Cowboys because contrary to popular belief and contrary to what a lot of people are pushing, they're still our rivals. We just went through our fake rivals with the Chicago Bears. Like, nah, it's still Dallas week. No matter, I feel like it started with Dallas fans trying to. I don't know, is it like even out the playing field? But like they knew that they were going to be mid, and it's something that I really heard like for the last 3 years. But I remember when we played them in like 2020 Thanksgiving, like it was COVID, like it was COVID outside, and we were still glued in front of the TVs watching that game, infiltrating Twitter. That was the first year of Bleeding B&G as a Twitter page. We would go on to start the podcast the next season, but like just 5 years ago, like we were still passionate about that rivalry. Like it's still Dallas week, they still our rivals, so we gonna have to eventually look forward. Shout out to my man Jonathan. Now I ain't want to just breeze through that chat. Shout out to my man Jonathan Williams. I try, bro. I try to speak that unfiltered shit. Some people like it, some people don't. I even had somebody come up to me right next to me, bro. And this is when I'm like, damn, my reach might be getting a little crazy. Because I sit on the aisle seat. I sit on the aisle seat in the section that I am. So right across the aisle from me, after who scored? Who was our last touchdown? Who was our last touchdown? Was it Luke McCaffrey? Whoever our last touchdown was, I be lit at the games. I be lit off the Stella Artois at the game. So I went and dap Buddy up, right? And Buddy was looking at me all game, like pause, but like he was definitely like mugging me all game. Got them up. I'm like, yeah, we lit. So Buddy dapped me up. They came back about 30 seconds later while we was kicking the field goal. He was like, bro, you do the blogs and shit, right? It's a Twitter page. We're not stuck in 08. But yes, I do the blogs. He was like, bro, I fuck with your shit, but everything except that Terry McLaurin shit. And I couldn't do nothing but laugh because I really wanted to get into it, but we was in the midst of the game of like, what about Terry McLaurin don't you like? Like I've said that Terry McLaurin is a good player. I don't know what you guys can not like of what I said about Terry McLaurin. And it's not that, we're not here to go back to Terry McLaurin or, bring up, crown with spilled milk, right? But what exactly do you not like about Terry McLaurin when I've been proven right every step? And I'm not here to write a victory lap, but if you don't like what I said about Terry McLaurin, you just don't like the fucking truth. There's a video of it on this channel with 5,000 likes where I told you exactly how the Terry McLaurin situation was going to go 5 months. So just going back to what Jonathan said, bro, I try to speak that real shit as much as I can, and I appreciate the shine and the notice, my guy. My guy Kevin Robinson, dog, we old as fuck. We are old as shit. Half our team belong in a fucking nursery home. Shout out to anybody that's in a nursery home watching the channel right now. More power to you. That's on AP, non-bonafide number one wide receiver. We have RB1, Bobby is slow, D1, DN, I don't know. Yeah, all right. You lost me in translation towards the end. I didn't know if that was a DEI. I don't know if that was defensive end one, but I think I made out of it because I do think we have a couple of DEI hires on the team. Mikey Sainristil had a DEI. Go look at my reaction video yesterday if y'all haven't. Mikey Sainristil had a DEI highlight. Troy Aikman talked about Mikey Sainristil like he blocked that motherfucking kick. And I think that he was just trying to do him a solid after the type of game that he had. But we are old as shit. And guess what? Everybody was telling us that we was old as shit prior to the season. And I'm not saying that I wasn't. And I ain't even going to say that I wasn't the ultimate ball knower because I still thought that 5 had the talent to fucking supersede this senior citizen ass AARP all-star ass team, right? But we shouldn't have chalked it up as hate when they was telling us that Philadelphia Eagle fans, Dallas Cowboy fans, shit, national media fans. Like, bro, y'all old as hell. Y'all old as dirt. Yeah, y'all got Von Miller. You saw it. You saw the Dan Marino, Randy Moss, Jerry Rice commercial. Like, I saw that at Commanders meme like 2,000 times this all season. And guess what? That shit is coming to fruition. Because if I see Bobby Wagner have to track down a pass catcher in space again, I might lose my fucking shit. I might lose my fucking shit because teams are scheming up for that at this point. And yeah, we owe this shit, bro. We owe this shit. And a lot of I ain't even gonna take the heat off of Joe Witt But Joe Wick don't even have the horses to run the type of defense that he want to run. He's a man match coverage type of guy, and you can't. I said it in week 1. I said it 6 weeks ago, over a month ago. You can't run man and match coverage with Bobby Wagner at this point in his career. I saw somebody on the Commanders beat report say that Bobby Wagner gets an A- grade for the season. And I'm going to just go ahead and use that as an ad for this channel, because this is all the more reason why you need to subscribe to Bleeding B&G, because we're not going to sell you a crock of bullshit like that. We are not going to sell you a crock of bullshit like that. Buddy said that Bobby Wagner gets an A- grade because he got over 60 tackles in 6 games. That's how you know niggas out here is ultimate box score watchers and don't really know ball. So, and if y'all find it, y'all find it. I ain't going to put smut on his name, but he got a lot of subscribers that y'all might as well send over this way, because you know what? A tackle 20 yards downfield is still a tackle. You know what a box score ain't going to tell you? How many yards you give up in coverage. And like my man Cat Turner said, Lattimore trash, Frozone trash, B-Wags trash. They all trash at this point. They all trash. They all trash. And I got a little bit of heat on, my post-game analysis on my walk back to the car, where I made a little statement about Marshawn Lattimore on the DeAndre Swift touchdown. They're like, bro, you just love blazing Quan Martin. Quan Martin sucks. Quan Martin sucks this year. Outside of a couple of good hits, I still think he's the best defender in the secondary, but that's like being the tallest midget, bro. That's like being the tallest midget. Like, is that really a flex? Like, is that really that far-fetched? But speaking of Marshawn Lattimore, what I said, no, that DeAndre Swift touchdown was not his fault, right? But I think it perfectly encapsulated what the fuck this defense is. Because, first of all, I don't know why the fuck we're letting him off the hook for stopping his feet. Like, we just assume Quan Martin is prime Sean Taylor and he gonna get the nigga on the ground. Like, DeAndre Swift don't turn into prime Barry Sanders against us. I don't even trust prime Sean Taylor to get tackled DeAndre Swift when he played the motherfucking Commanders. When he played a when he see burgundy and gold, that nigga turns into a different that nigga turns into DeAndre Jim Brown. That shit is bad. That I don't know. But going back to Marshawn Lattimore, no, that touchdown wasn't him. But did y'all see that nigga try to chase down DeAndre Swift? I watch a lot of football. There are a lot of cornerbacks that would have tracked DeAndre Swift down, same way Jeremy Reeves did to beat John Robinson. That nigga Marshawn Lattimore couldn't even open up his strap. Go back and watch that shit. And it made me a little depressed because this was a nigga that ran 4.3 coming out of college. And me and Marshawn Lattimore are the same age. And if I really haven't tested my athletic prowess in a while. I haven't. But if I fell off that drastically since the last time that I have, I might as well hang it up. I'm cooked. And no, I'm not saying that I'm more athletic than Marshawn Lattimore. But if my fall off is as drastic as from Marshawn Lattimore age 24 to age 29, if my fall off is that drastic in the last 5 years, if I ain't got what I had in 2020, just a tad bit of inkling of it, oh my God. Oh my God. Y'all let me know. We might have to do a Bleeding B&G Olympics. I got to see if I still got it. Because that nigga was incapable of opening up his strap. Like, the cool thing to do is now call all your players and make the Commanders content creators. No positivity at all. Damn near ever. That's what's up. I don't really know what is there to be positive about the defense. Jay and Daniels, I think I'm pretty positive about him. I got 5 on the t-shirt to let you know that I was still riding with Jay and Daniels. So I don't know where you really looking for positivity, but after that game you wasn't gonna get it here. So I see you talking about all the Commander content creators. But that's what's up. That's what's up for sure. Every time they showed the lights late, it was coming down. Exactly, George. Exactly. Like, I don't, we ain't even gonna talk about that. I've just been listening to niggas lie to me for the last 2 days talking about it wasn't raining. They ain't have to wear no jacket in that joint. Oh, wait till I post the blog. I was in the cut dry. Oh, you got that sweet life. You got that jacket, Cody, sweet life, huh? December. Or you was really in the cut. You know, we know where the real cut at in Northwest Stadium. We know where the little ramp at going to the third floor. We know where the cut at real. What cut was you at, Stevens? Or no? Jayden better tighten up. Yeah, yeah. I don't think Jayden Daniels has been 2024 Jayden Daniels. I don't. And if you want to call it a sophomore slump, go ahead and call it that. I still think he's a top 10 quarterback in the NFL. So if that is slump, shit, let me slump like that instead of the fucking fall off that Marshawn Lattimore has. Let me slump like that. Is it a tad bit of a regression? Yeah. But I'd argue that the sample size isn't even that big. Like he played 4 games. That would be my argument. I don't think he started super fast as a passer last year. Like I think his passing got unlocked. To be honest, I think it got unlocked on that dig route to Noah Brown on the last drive of the game against the New York Giants. Because then that went into the Cincinnati Bengals, and then it was guns a-blazing and off to the races for the rest of the 2024 season. So Jayden definitely need to tighten up, especially like you can't be fumbling the ball. But we gotta remember, y'all, like that's his first lost fumble in 25 fucking games. Bruce played 25 games, including the playoffs. That's the first time he lost a fumble. I think we'll take that from any quarterback in the NFL. Now, I think it's unfortunate that it happened on Monday Night Football against Caleb Williams, where they're gonna run with that until the next time that we play the Chicago Bears. And it should feel like it's gonna be next season because we play these niggas like they in the NFC East. But they definitely need to. We can't stop the run. My kids read this book called Captain Obvious, and I ain't trying to call you Captain Obvious, Scoot. We ain't been able to stop the run since the first year of Ron Rivera, bro. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's more depressing. Our containing the edge in the run game or our kicker carousel, because we can't seem to get that shit right. We can't. And I don't want to bring up the ghost of Redskins past or Commanders past, but like Chase Young was drafted to be that guy. We got to remember that nigga was number 2 overall pick. He's still in his 6th NFL season. He's supposed to be that dominant blue chip edge, and he wasn't it. And I've said it in my videos that elite edges that play all around football, yeah, we can find a pass rusher in the fucking 5th round that just rush the passer and that's it, right? But elite edges that play all aspects of the game, like a Myles Garrett, like a TJ Watt, you're not getting them niggas past the top 50 picks. You're not. And I was a big Mikael Williams fan, and guess what? That nigga stops the run in San Francisco. He ain't really lighting up the world as the pass rusher, but he would have helped you stop the run for sure. And I'd argue that he probably have a bigger impact on this team than Josh Carnley. Now, he wasn't available when that happened. But who's to say that we not in the state of like, I know we ain't got a lot of picks, but Jayden not a young quarterback. Like, he not. I'm going to be honest. Bro going to be 25 soon. I think our window is more like 5 years than it is 10, to be honest. So who's to say that we not going to have to make a Julio Jones type trade up in the draft, but we give up picks to get the elite type blue chip talent to pair with our blue chip talent at the quarterback position. Now, whether that be at the wide receiver or a skill position to match it on the offensive side of the ball, or give me a blue chip talent on the defensive side of the ball so that our 2 best players are our quarterback and our best defender. But this formula right here, I don't know what AP is doing. And I'm big on to let AP cook mantra. But this ain't it. This ain't it. Because with this defense, you forcing 5 to have to score an average fucking 40 points a game to play mistake-free football. And you want him to do that with Chris Moore and Luke McCaffrey and Jalen Lane. And while I have a lot of problems for Luke McCaffrey and Jalen Lane, I know we never bashed Luke McCaffrey over here. You know, I got in on it in the summer, asking was he a DI hire when the team was making it seem like, he might not make the team. Like was he a Nepo baby? But y'all know we was big advocates for Luke McCaffrey and still are. But yeah, I don't know. Let's go back to these comments though. Let's go back to the comments. The Cowboys might very well smoke this. They going through on us for sure. They might score 40, but they defense so bad that I think we capable of scoring 45 with me and you out there receive a scoop. With 5 at quarterback, I can run a couple go routes, literally a couple. I might have 2 in me, 1.5 maybe. But I think I could beat Trayvon Diggs deep a couple times. That nigga's cooked. That nigga cooked. And he's just playing off straight name value at this point. He's not maximizing or developing talent. How much talent do we have to develop, though, if they're not going to play? Well, I don't think that's a Joe Wick call to not play Jordan McGee. And if it is a Joe Wick call, then that's coaching malpractice. Because what the fuck does Dan Quinn do at that point? Because he's not an offensive coordinator. He's not a defensive coordinator. And I'm not saying that is the case. But if it is the case, George, then that ain't too promising. That ain't too promising. Because then we're going to see in a couple of years he get Coach Rock, you're going to get GM Rivera accusations. Like, what does he actually do? What does he actually do, Zach Ertz? Zach Ertz. Why y'all spamming Ertz in the comment section? Why? Oh, the last touchdown was Ertz. Yeah, that's when I dap buddy up. That's when I dap buddy up for sure. Joe, damn, what's up with my man Joe catching all this heat? What's up with my man Joe catching all this heat? Like, Joe Witt been bad, bro. But he don't have the horses. Like, he don't. Can we acknowledge that? Now, if you want to bash Adam Peters, hey, let's talk about it. But we got to be honest with ourselves that this roster got matched by the greatest rookie quarterback in season of all time last year. And Jayden ain't been that. And you really needed the greatest rookie quarterback in season of all time, which we just happened to get to make this roster look competent last year. And it ended up looking more than competent. And while I wasn't an advocate for keeping Dante Fowler, you lost a 10 sack per game or a 10 sack guy in Dante Fowler. You don't just replace that. You just don't replace that. I don't think that Von Miller is going to get 10 sacks this year. I don't. He's fell into a couple so far, but he's looking like a 37-year-old trying to play football. And he damn sure ain't helping in the run game. And when you got 49-year-old Von Miller, 52-year-old Bobby Wagner, and 38-year-old Frankie Louisville in your second-level defense, bruh, I ain't going to put too much on the defensive line. All they got to do is break past the defensive line, and that shit can go 60 at any time because we have no speed on the second level. I heard somebody get mad at me yesterday, or somebody took offense when I said that Mikey Sainristil was small and slow. George, tell him I've been saying that since we drafted him. Now, he had an amazing rookie year. That was my concern as a prospect. Mikey Sainristil is slow. He is. Like, are y'all not seeing it every fucking week? Somebody pulled up his 40 time, and I'm like, all right, there we go. That's how we know we don't. No ball. You know you train for the 40, right? And he ran a 4.47 at 5'3", right? He Darrell Green size and ran like 0.2 of a second slower than Darrell Green in the 40. In the 40. And the thing about Mikey Sainristil is I think he got decent burst. That nigga has no top speed because his legs this long. When niggas start striding him out, he's cooked. Look at Jamar Chase on the fly route last year. And people think that a move back to the outside is going to help him. I don't think it will. I don't. And I hate to ring the alarm like that. I hate to. And according to my man Tracy, we just looking to be negative. Nah, I'm just talking football. I think the league got a beat on Mikey Sainristil. They got a year's worth of tape on him, and they know how to beat Mikey Sainristil. And the reason why I think he can get a little better, trust me, like he at the bottom now. You can't go but up, right? But he don't have like no fucking bone growth pills that he can take. He always gonna be 5'8", 175 pounds. They line him up in the slot. You're gonna see teams put Drake London in the slot and bust his head wide open. They line him up on the boundary. You're going to see X wide receivers run by him. Like, yeah, it was amazing trail technique coverage against the Detroit Lions. Jameson Williams had him beat for that touchdown. If Jared Goff, Burt ass ain't throw a fucking rope, a line drive, and lofted the ball, Mikey Sainristil would have been a GOAT of that game, and not in a positive way. Fans don't like real talk on our best players. Yeah, I guess so, Simba. But this ain't the channel for you. This ain't the channel for you because I love this team, but I ain't going to be delusional for no nigga. I'm not. He's not a one. I'm with you, pimp, but he's a good player though. Oh. Somebody talking about Terry. Ooh, somebody was talking about Terry. Somebody in the comments bring up Terry first. We should have paid Terry. Man, Terry. Let's talk about it. And everybody want to talk about injuries, right? And I get Terry McLaurin hurt. He couldn't have made an impact on Monday Night Football. But it's to all the fans and that y'all were out there. So let's not act like y'all weren't out there. It's 160 people in this stream right now. So the likelihood that somebody that was like this is watching this, I'm sorry, don't mean to offend you. But the fans during his contract negotiations that was acting like Terry McLaurin was the anomaly wide receiver and that he was going to be the one wide receiver outside of Jerry Rice to fucking get better after 30 and age gracefully after 30. Where the fuck are y'all? Where are y'all? I want y'all to eat crow. I don't want to run victory lap. I want y'all to eat crow and just say, you might have been right there. You might have been right there. Because guess what? I'm going to tell you where they at. They the same fans on the timeline talking about, dude. I had somebody tell me that I ain't saying nothing positive about Terry McLaurin since he been injured. The fuck you want me to send that nigga an edible arrangement? You want me to send that nigga a get well soon card? Like, what are we doing at this point? Like, y'all want me to sit for these players? That ain't going to happen. It's not. But let's go back to them same fans that told you that Terry McLaurin was going to be the greatest 37-year-old wide receiver of all time. Like I said, they the same ones talking about, dude, he's hurt. He can't control it. Let's talk facts. Like, it's really facts. Like, it's previous history is data points that really talk about this. Wide receivers in the NFL don't get better at 30 years old, right? Like, if you want to talk about just straight off production, if you want to talk about injuries, whatever the case, it's a lot of factors that play into that, right? And we got to admit that there might be a correlation between this 30-year-old wide receiver who hasn't missed he hasn't missed consecutive games in his entire career. He hasn't missed a game in 75 games. We got to admit there might be a correlation that he's going on potentially missing a month of football because he didn't participate in training camp at all. Like, can we at least admit that might be a thing? Because if you ain't willing to admit that, we ain't got nothing to talk about. We don't. I might have to smack them burgundy and gold lenses off your face, to be honest. Bill might have to get the fuck out. Oh, Scoot, you just crashing out today. I told y'all this is a stream made by me, led by you. Scoot done talked about the whole offense. He done talked about the whole team. He done talked to hey Scoot. You're not wrong. You're not wrong, right? But I ain't trying to see 30 carries of Jeremy McNichols. That's just the state of the roster right now. Like, C-Rod, I know he was active. I don't think he got a curry. I honestly think that he should have been, if he was healthy, I think he should have been the one out there in 3rd and 1. That told me that he wasn't healthy. One thing that we know Chris Rodriguez is going to do is get a motherfucking yard. I ain't seen Chris Rodriguez stop that many times in short yardage situation. I ain't saying that it's never happened. He's done played 3 seasons. But I think the probability of him converting and getting stopped, DN, you said everything correct. While I like Dorrance Armstrong, I think he's more along the lines of like a pass rush specialist at this point. And when I saw Dorrance Armstrong the first time in person in training camp last year, I was like, bro, this is never going to be a nigga that stopped the run. Dorrance Armstrong legs smaller than mine. Dorrance Armstrong legs like this big. And when you get a big 365-pound tackle like Jordan Mailata pushing on you, pause. Like you ain't got no choice. But I'm glad to see what he's doing as far as rushing the passer this year. Marshawn Jim Jones. Yeah, that nigga real live Marshawn Jim Jones. What the fuck did they call that nigga Jim Jones, bro? They called that nigga fuck. It was like they called that nigga, he was a mix between a young nigga and an old nigga, a tweener or some shit, bro. That's how Marshawn Lattimore playing right now. He playing like he out on the block in New York at the bodega with Dipset in them. Dipset now. The niggas that got cooked by the locks at the verses. The cook Dipset. That's definitely Marshawn Jim Jones. And you know, when niggas start wearing like do-rags, like real, like legit do-rags out the beauty supply store instead of like actual fitted caps, that's how you know a nigga don't give a fuck no more. That's how you know a nigga don't give a fuck. I don't know about y'all. I played football, but when I started from like 04 all the way to 2014, 2015, A nigga rocking a do-rag with the tail out was never cool. That was never cool. And my field swag was impeccable. Ask about me. Ask about me. Black and white pink calf sleeves in high school. Like, what we doing? What we doing? I said black and white pink calf sleeves. Black and pink calf sleeves. Too easy to game plan against us. Yeah. Yeah. But guess what? It's going to be easy to game plan against old niggas. All you got to do is get your pass catchers in space and they cook. Because guess what? You can't tackle what you can't catch. You can't tackle what you can't catch. And right now, who the fuck y'all got faith in us catching? I still see I still see Bijan Robinson running away from Bobby Wagner in my fucking sleep. That shit woke me up out of my sleep, what, Saturday night? DQ letting half of the rods. Bruh, and it's not going to change. And it's not going to change. And that's why, hey, George, I'm so appreciative of you, George, because if it wasn't for George, and I know a lot of y'all are like day one supporters, y'all been watching me for a minute, but George is like a fucking personal recorder. George remembers when I was boots on the ground at Ashburn, and I didn't want to harp on it too much because I didn't want to be negative. Like Tracy said, I don't want to be negative. I didn't want to be a negative Commanders content creator, but I did bring it up. I was like, brother, my fucking practice is 45 minutes. My ride out to Ashburn was longer than the training camp practices. And when you got a team that's still struggling to tackle in week 6, I think we need to talk about them training camp practices. And not only was them practices short, half the team wasn't participating. Bobby Wagner Von Miller was out there motherfucker with his rat tail out, talking to fans. One of the days I was out there. I was like, oh, I see what this is. These niggas better win games. And I always thought this about the defense, but I thought Fab was going to be Superman and build upon his 2025 season, and he hasn't done that just yet. He hasn't. Slight regression, I'll admit it. But the glaze lives on. I still got 5 on it. He's still better than Caleb Williams. He's still the best quarterback in the 2024 class. But I won't lie. Drake May, he's a motherfucker. Drake May, that's who we really need to be comparing Jay and Daniels to. Drake May, that's a bad boy. Not gonna lie to you. That's my fantasy quarterback at this point. Like I had to. Like I couldn't get Jaden. Drake May for sure. DQ might have CTE from that. Hey, no, this is why I still listen to. I know y'all be in my mentions all the time. Like, bro, why you still listening to the Junkies? Why you still listening to Kevin Sheehan? And this is why I do. Like, what the fuck else am I gonna listen to my ride into work? It was somebody on Kevin Sheehan. So please, somebody else let me know if was it Kevin Sheehan show? I think it was Kevin Sheehan show. I think it was. Nigga asked if Dan Quinn was schizophrenic, and he was dead ass. He was like, is Dan Quinn schizophrenic, bro? He was like, why does team can never play consistently? And it's like 1 week this week, 1 week that way. And guess what? The proof line to put it with the record. I used to think that, they play different at home than away. No. It's like these niggas have real life 1 good week and 1 bad week. You realize actually Dan Quinn was schizophrenic and he was dead ass. I was like, this is why I love talk show radio. You get old niggas crashing out. And that's what I want to see in the chat. So this is the perfect time to let y'all know to infiltrate the chat. If you haven't already, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, but flood the chat. As I've said, if you see on the ticker below, ways that you can support the channel, you can donate with the Cash App handle at the bottom, or you can send a super chat. Your comment will jump to the front of the line. And you'll get the rightful shine that you deserve. Go ahead and hit that super chat if you want to support the channel. But if you can't, go ahead and flood the chat because these Commander Caucuses on Wednesday night, it's a stream made by me, but all this content and the script for how this stream is going to go is led by you and what you say in the chat. So like my man Futuristic Willie said, Terry ain't no top 10 receiver. He's this generation's Doug Baldwin. Talk about it. And guess what? Seattle Seahawks fans love Doug Baldwin. Doug Baldwin. I might even give Terry a notch over Doug Baldwin. I think he's had the same production. I think he might do it a little bit longer. But if he falls off this season and like is a shell of himself from here on out, that's a perfect comp. And guess what? While Seattle Seahawks fans love Doug Baldwin, ain't nobody gonna be telling you that he belongs in the Hall of Fame. Ain't nobody gonna tell you that they need to put Doug Baldwin in the Seattle Seahawks Ring of Fame. And I think Terry McLaurin might get there. I think he put a little smut on it with the way that the offseason. I don't know if it's as likely as it was a year ago. I still think he has a chance to, though. But if this nigga goes and has a 550-yard season this year, we think he gonna have a better season next year. Talk about it, Willie. Reason why I don't like mainstream beat writers. Oh yeah, that's why they said about man, they might be on but and I ain't here to shade it, because guess what? We all try and get content at the end of the day. But I can't sell you a crock of bullshit like telling you that Bobby Wagner has an A grade for this year. I cannot do that. We can't be South Bowie. We can't. Them niggas gonna reverse us to death. We got a super chat. Shout out to my guy Tracy. Let's pull up the super chat. Tracy, I know you rock with me, bro, and you don't have to agree with everything I said, for sure. And no, I didn't take offense, because, like you said, I didn't even feel like it was directed to me. But what I'm, and we don't have to agree with everything, right? But one thing that we can always say is, like, I'm honest about everybody. Like, I'm the same nigga that said that Quan Martin was gonna make the Pro Bowl this year. My first couple of words on this stream today was Quan Martin sucks. Like, it was positivity when I said that I thought Quan Martin was gonna make the Pro Bowl. It's up to Quan Martin to fucking back me up at that point for me to remain positive. Like, and I feel you, and I get it. Like, we all in it for the team. We want them to be as good as possible, right? I was positive about Jordan McGee. We spent half of our stream talking about Jordan McGee. Then the nigga don't play in the game. The nigga gets 0 snaps. So I can't continue to be positive about Jordan McGee when Bobby Wagner out there getting his face ran by a weekend. Bruh, if Olamide Zaccheaus caught that pass, he would still be running. The nigga could have ran to Chicago and wouldn't have got touched. Go look at the All-22. Y'all saw Marshawn Lattimore trying to chase DeAndre Swift down. Nobody was running this nigga down. So I gotta talk about that. I have to. Now, if Jordan McGee was out there making that play, I wouldn't say anything. But then we would have to question why Jordan McGee is not out there. Why do you think Jordan McGee not out there, Tracy? I really would like to know. After that performance, Bobby Wagner's PR team is amazing. I don't think that Commanders beat writer was on the PR to say that he's had an A- season. Come on, bro. I can never sell you a crock of shit like that. What's good, Wendell? What's good, Deli? Jay need to put the VR back on. Hey, yeah, the VR might need an update. What they say, the VR might need a patch. Nah, hey, Scoot's cut up. I can't even call it a regression, but the receiver core is not better. And I can respect that take. I'm just talking about as far as production, right? I think he's a better football player as far as reading defenses and stuff like that. I'm just talking about as far as production. So if you want to talk about his supporting cast being around him, we can open up that dialogue. We can open up that discourse, and that's a dialogue that I'm willing to have. I'm just talking about what he did last year compared to what he's doing this year. Like, it was a crime to ever rely on Noah Brown. Now he's on IR. He looked like, I think he might be done as a Washington Commander. But hey, at least we got the Hail Mary, right? Defense needs DQ's voice and guidance. I know. I don't know if that's going to help, but I think that it can. I think it can change some shit up for this year. But if you listen to his press conference yesterday, you can tell he ain't doing that no time soon. He has faith in Joe Witt. He was like, yeah, I listen to all the calls, but like he said Joe knows what he's doing. You know, basically put the onus back on to the players. They respect Bobby so much they don't want to take him out, and that's BS. And I agree. And that's like, I ain't even gonna say a character flaw, but we gotta admit it. Like, we gotta admit it. Bobby Wagner going to the Hall of Fame, right? And every time that I talk about Bobby Wagner prior to the last couple of weeks, I've always mentioned how I don't want to put smut on his name, because as soon as he retired, which I expect to be this year, he's gonna start getting fitted for his gold jacket, right? But Bobby, like I said it after the game, he had I think Bobby Wagner's last decent, like, to good game was against the Falcons. He had a okay game against the Chargers, but I mean, not against the Falcons, the Raiders. The Raiders. I don't think he had a good game against the Falcons. He had an okay game against the Chargers, and then we saw what happened on Monday night. I think that was one of his lowest PFF grades in a while. So in the last couple of weeks, Bobby Wagner ain't really giving me nothing positive to talk about. Because guess what? If Bobby Wagner not stopping the run, what is Bobby Wagner's purpose? What is Bobby Wagner's purpose? Third and long, Bobby Wagner needs to come out the game. I agree, but guess what? I think he needs to come out the game on all third downs. Go back and watch that 3rd and 5 on the Bears' last drive. Go watch that 3rd and 5 on the Bears' last drive, bro. Go watch that 3rd and 5 on the Bears' last drive, where it was the same coverage that we played Bijan Robinson with. It was the same coverage that we played, that same fixed coverage where you playing the sticks and you ain't worried about the man running to the sticks. You ain't worried about the man running to the sticks. And Bobby Wagner is the main culprit in that. Like, those are big, valuable snaps that we just giving it up. The nigga could have pitched his tent and still caught the pass. He could have cooked and ate his food and still caught that pass. It was the same thing that Bijan Robinson did the other day. So I don't know how many snaps Bobby Wagner doesn't need to play, but he can't be playing 100% of the snaps like he is playing. I wanted us to trade that Johnny Newton pick up for Brian Thomas. That's hindsight. I don't know if that would have happened. But I think we need some more weapons for 5. Like, I'm an advocate for signing Traylon Burks. I don't know why people talking down on it. Like, Deebo Samuel hurt, y'all. Deebo Samuel was out that bitch running a 6 flat 40 the other day. He's hurt. And with his play style, y'all think he's going to get healthier as the season goes on? I'm sorry, I ain't trying to be negative. I'm trying to be real, though. Deebo Samuel looked like 2024 Deebo yesterday. We need more picks, not less. Trading up is not an option in my view, and there's so many good wide receivers in the draft. I think this draft class is good. I think this draft class of wide receivers is good. I don't think it's generational like the next couple of years. I think next year's draft class at the wide receiver position is going to be generational. I do. And it's more than just Jeremiah Smith and Ryan Williams just fell off a little bit. I think Evan Stewart's going to stay another year. I want to see how he bounces back from that ACL. But I think next year's draft class is going to be special. I do. And I'm not saying wait till next year. But I like some wide receivers in this year's class. Like, I'm warming up to Surratt out of Indiana. And he could be somebody that we need, actually. I don't think he's the deep threat that we'll need once Terry McLaurin ages out, if he's not already there. But Jordan Tyson, I like Jordan Tyson. But he wouldn't have been wide receiver. He would have been more like wide receiver 5 or wide receiver 4 in the years with like Neighbors, BTJ, and MHJ came out. Burke or Jacoby? Burke who? Burke who? What we talking about? Somebody got Josh Gordon on the phone. He might be better than Terry. Prime Josh Gordon is better than Terry McLaurin, for sure. For sure. His prime wasn't as long, but prime Josh Gordon. Put Josh Gordon's best season compared to Terry McLaurin's best season. We laughing. This is an old ass team. I didn't hate it at first, but nah, man, I'm sick of the old niggas. Yeah, and even Zach Ertz, who had a solid game. You know why the fucking Chicago Bears can put 14 in the box to stop the run like they sold out against Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt? I don't even put that game on, Bill, outside of the fumble. They blitzed our face off all game. Because they had 13 in the box because Zach Ertz at the rightful age of 85 is your most dynamic pass catcher. No, Jalen Lane's probably your most dynamic, but he not a receiver like that yet. Like he ain't got the nuance of the receiver position down yet. Jeremy Chin was making a lot of them boys look good. I told him last year. I told him that last year. And in the all season, when I said that was the first move that needed to be made, when I was questioning why he wasn't re-signed during the season, they told me I was glazing Jeremy Chin. They told me he didn't know how to cover. And I don't think that it's a coincidence that the safety play is falling off a cliff now that Jeremy Chin isn't there. Amazing point, Willie. They told me I was glazing. No, I think I know decent football players, man. Like I've been around the game too long. Yeah, Scoop, talk about it. Talk about it. Because they was putting so much smut. They was putting so much smut on this channel. I mean, I'm looking at the chat. They was putting so much smut on Jeremy Chin's name. So basically, Mikey and other more instinctual. If that's the way you want to put it. I ain't gonna put the Greg Stroman smut on his name. I ain't gonna put the Greg Stroman stud on his name. I ain't gonna put the Jimmy Morales stud. I think he's a better football player than him. But in terms of the athletic limitations, yeah, but Mikey's more instinctual than him. That's why he was able to survive like he did on the boundary last year. Because I think he's better on the boundary just simply because he can use the sideline as a third defender because of how instinctual that he is. You can't do that at the slot when wide receivers have there are routes. I don't know if y'all know, but there are really routes called triple option routes where you can go to the left, to the right, or up top. Like, it's hard to defend in football nowadays. I'll be the first one to admit it. But guess what? It's going to be even harder to defend in football when you got 49-year-olds out there checking them. Like, when you got an 86-year-old out there checking a triple option route. Call it like it is. AP went all in on the bad hand with the lat trade, and now we can't even afford to upgrade. They too loyal to old character guys. Yes. Yes. Yes, I said a couple of weeks ago on this channel, I think we can now say that Adam Peters lost that trade. I think we've seen enough of a sample size now to say that Adam Peters lost that trade. And while Marshawn Lattimore might be an upgrade, now he's an upgrade over Benjamin St-Juste and Emmanuel Forbes. I ain't going to say that. Well, he did upgrade at the cornerback position. Look at the cost that he gave up. What was the cost? He gave up a second rounder and a fourth, I think. Marshawn Lattimore not worth that. And the Saints knew that. That's why they gave him up. That's why they gave him up. But is Marshawn Lattimore even a character guy? That nigga want to box every weekend. Marshawn Lattimore just need to go ahead and sign and fuck with Jake Paul in them, bro. Like he does. He does. They could have drafted Ibuka and let that man walk. You would have traded up for Ibuka? You would have traded. I don't think they ever would let Terry McLaurin walk because I think that Terry McLaurin knew he wasn't getting DK money, which, yeah. When I say that I'm right, when I run the victory laps about the Terry McLaurin situation, y'all know that like that's a window like tag ass $30 million average annual value. Terry is not seeing that fucking $30 million this year. That nigga's gonna be making like 26, 27. And we could get off of that contract after next season. He made essentially the same money that he wasn't willing to sign for at the beginning of the year. And then guess what? There's so many performance elevators and incentives in that contract that this nigga's not going to hit when he's on a fucking gurney. Like while he on a stretcher on the bench. Like, Adam Peters counting his money like, damn, look at how much I'm saving. Look at how much I'm saving. I don't think Adam Peters got his finesse at the negotiation table as y'all think. Still can trade him. Trade who? Terry? Damn, we talking about trading Terry now. Y'all done flipped the script. Y'all done flipped the script. I had niggas knocking on my door with pitchforks at my door all summer. Y'all done flipped the script. We trading Terry now? I ain't even got that far. I ain't even gone that far. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. The Bears broke us, bruh. The Bears broke us, bruh. I see the mock draft today. Them niggas beat the mock draft out of us, bruh. What the fuck? Terry might have to take that 7. Oh, shit. This is why I'm glad that I give y'all this platform. This is why I'm glad that y'all decided to spend y'all Wednesday nights with me because, the change. The change. I didn't even see this one, Jay. My fault, Jay. They call that man Terry Hainsworth. Hey, Hey, can we admit Bleeder BG was the first one to let y'all know what the fuck was gonna happen? Can y'all not? I need y'all to. I know y'all hate when I run these victory laps. Can y'all confirm that in the chat for anybody that's watching this stream for the first time? So that gives them even more reason to hit subscribe. Because guess what? They're gonna sound like the most football knowing and ball knower in their friend group if they listen to Bleeder Me and G. Because guess what? If you would have told your friend group in May, when I told y'all how this contract negotiation was going to go, they would have looked at you like Notre Dame. They would have looked at you like Notre Dame. So can we at least say, for everybody that's turning on turning now, I ain't saying that you're wrong. You're not. Can we at least say that Bleeder BG tried to warn you 6 months ago? I said not signed by training camp trade Terry. I ain't mad at that. And then let's go back. Let's see what else we talking about. What else we talking about? They def should Tyler Algier. You think we need a backup running back? I ain't mad at that. I don't love the depth behind Bill now that we got Bryant. Y'all know like Bryant. Y'all know how we feel about Bryant, right? But I think Bryant could have been a solid RB2. Now that Austin Eckler's leg is blown in the smithereens, I can't go into a season with Jeremy McNichols as my RB2. I can't do that. Let's see what else they talking about in the chat. What else they talking about? We done had to jump around. Shout out to the soup. This is my man Tracy, my man CT. And not playing starters in the preseason enough is a big hobby horse of mine. Talk about it, George. They look like a team that didn't take the offseason serious. Like, you're going to win a couple of games. You got Jayden Daniels. Like I said in week 1. Now they're looking better. But Jayden Daniels good enough where, like, you shouldn't be losing to the Raiders. Jayden Daniels talented enough where you shouldn't be losing to the Giants. Jayden Daniels, the Chargers decent. And I think that was a full team effort. But Jayden Daniels is going to win you a couple of games just off of fucking his quarterback play. They never put the pads on either, but I can tell. That's why they get so tight. They want a relationship with these players. They want to feel like they've been in between the white lines before, and they got to attach themselves to the players. They got to leech to these players to do that. I'm not paying this offseason if we can't stop the run out. And CT, Scoot, I need you in here every Wednesday, bro. I need you in here every Wednesday because, yeah. And Petty might be our best run stopper. But I can get with that philosophy. I don't think we need to pay him this offseason because he's not in a contract year. I don't think he just has any guaranteed money. So while he might want to resign, and he probably will hold out like Terry McLaurin, I think Adam Cedar seen how this situation going. Like, yeah, if he asking for another $25 to $30 million contract, yeah, kiss my ass, man. You've had a decent year, but if we can't stop the run, you're playing a part in that. Oz said Bobby ain't got his walking cane. Let me drop it. Nah, for real, he felt bad for Bobby. Oz was the real MVP. I told you he was the best player on the Commanders. He thought he still had on burgundy and gold. Shout out to Alameda Zaccheaus. Because if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be talking about a fumble. I promise you that. Uh-oh. You still here, what the fuck we got to do with niggas should be ramped up by now. You know why I'm still talking about Camp? Because they're not ramped up. If they were ramped up, I wouldn't have been talking about Camp. I told you that last week, though, Tracy. I told you that last week. And like I told you last week, I'm going to still talk about Camp until the tackling improves. Because when do you improve tackling? In training camp. I'm going to still talk about Camp until we're not getting undisciplined penalties. Because when do you brush up on that? In training camp. All those illegal formations in training camp. But I got you, though. I appreciate the super, too. Keep them coming. I'm going to answer everyone. Hold on. Let me go back. Y'all, is this something better than StreamYard? StreamYard been pissing me off lately. I know y'all seen that lag in my last video. Ever since they gave Safari support, and I ain't even been on Safari. It's like that's all they give a fuck about is Safari now, and Google Chrome is ass. They started practicing early and ended because of the heat, and it wasn't even 95 degrees. Millionaires better drink some water and stay off the Grand Canyon. Facts. And Tracy, you know it's not like foreign in like NFL circles when they talk about teams for people to talk about teams' issues stemming from training camp, right? You know, like that's an actual thing. Only quad I know is Rich Homie. Rest in peace. God bless the dead. God bless the dead. I heard what they play, Type of Way. Hey, Type of Way. Make you feel some type of way. I was like, damn. They played that in the stadium. I'm like, let's chill on the quad references right now. I was cranking like shit, but let's chill on the quad references right now because that tackle attempt. Training camp ass tackle attempt. Myers on the Raiders probably get dealt at the deadline. You think we need Michael Mayer though? I think we need more dynamic pass catches. I don't think he's a downfield threat. Well, I think he could be improvement. I don't even think he's improvement over Zach Ertz, but like he gives you insurance past the season. That boy Cam coming from yes. Told you that 26 wide receiver class is gonna be different. And I ain't even saying wait till 26 for Jaden. I'm not saying that. But that 26 wide receiver class is going to be different for sure. Let's see. What else we talking about? Damn, I didn't even realize we've been in here for an hour. We've been in here for an hour. I appreciate you guys spending your Wednesday night, your Wednesday evening with us over here at Bleeding B&G. As always, this is a chat that is ran by or started by me, but it's ran by y'all. I don't come in here with a script. The way that this stream is going to go is based off of what we saying in the chat. Now, we done had a couple of crash outs. My man Scoot is on his best bullshit today. And rightfully so. Like, the Chicago Bears ain't a good team. I said it right after the game. Bears fans been mad at me for saying it, but they're not a good team. For us to lose the game that way, not even mad at Jaden Daniels. That's the first fumble that nigga lost in 25 games. I need the defense to bail him out at some point because he's bailed y'all out. If he's played 25 games, he's bailed y'all out in 18 of them. Exactly. Not to mention Terry was under contract, but he wasn't walking. He was never leaving. AP did that nigga solid if we being honest. Terry held the team hostage. I haven't, like, Terry's PR team is horrible. It's really horrible. And I haven't, shout out to the super chat. London Fletcher or Bobby Wagner at age 35. What was London Fletcher's age 35 season? Was that the 2013 season? Because that's what Bobby Wagner looked like, y'all. And I'm the one now. Shit, I didn't ask what the fuck I can do to get London Fletcher in the Hall of Fame. How many tweets I can make? London Fletcher was a staple of my childhood, and he was only here for 6 seasons. But London Fletcher was a fucking shell of London Fletcher in the 2013 season. So was that his 2013 season, John? Because it's like, oh no, I don't know. Both of them niggas was straight heat-seeking missiles down here, but they couldn't cover a soul. But off of the strength I think he's gonna end up being a Washington football team player longer, or he was a Washington player longer. Let's go London Fletcher. Because Bobby gave us one good season. Now I don't know what the fuck. Kevo, what you wanted to say, Kevo? You said the super and I appreciate it, but there's nothing in there for me to reply to. What you wanted to say? You can send it as a normal chat. I appreciate the super. You can send it as a normal chat. Hold on. Let's go back. Y'all on y'all shit today. Y'all on y'all shit today. Where we at? Exactly. Hey, Boogie, you really know ball. Well, you was paying attention. AP finessed the hell out of Terry and them. He did. Terry was looking for a longevity security deal. He wanted that 35, and the nigga was off his rocker. That's why I'm like, bro, Terry, if you knew you wasn't going to get that 35, that's why I was more mad at him after the contract negotiation. I'm like, bro, this was what you was going to sign for all along, my nigga. Like, why we miss camp? Terry McLaurin ain't want to participate in camp. Y'all don't want to hear that part. Y'all don't want to hear that part. Terry McLaurin is think he's made it that far in the NFL that he one of them niggas that thought that they could go straight in the plane. And as we see, that he can't. Because, yeah, he's hurt right now. But guess what? The most yards he put up before he was hurt was like, what, 50? 50? Top 10 wide receiver, though, right? Top 10 wide receiver. Caleb Williams gets under my skin. One of them dudes I can't see my video. Nah, I try to like Caleb. Y'all know I've said this for a while. Me and Caleb played at the same Boys and Girls Club, right? And I live in Bowie now. I've been in Bowie since what, 7th grade? 7th grade? What, 07? Caleb Williams is a typical Bowie Maryland nigga, y'all. Like, he is. He is. The niggas like expressing themselves through getting their nails painted. Now, I'm not one. Like I said, I ain't come out here. I was old enough where I ain't fall into the trap. Bowie Maryland, like Hollywood. Once they get you, they got you. Once they get you, they got you. I know y'all see him talk about Bowie on TikTok, bro. Caleb Williams is a Bowie Maryland ass nigga. We played for the same Boys and Girls Club, for the Bowie Boys and Girls Club. He went to St. Pius on Annapolis Road, right next to Bowie High School. Caleb Williams is a Bowie ass nigga, bro. Like, that's all I can say about it. So, okay, I ain't mad at you, Kevin, but I can't put too much smut on his name because while I ain't let them get me all away, you know what we all over here bleeding B&G? Bowie ass niggas, bro. That's why you gotta subscribe, bro. We can talk shit about ourselves, bro. We make a fool out of ourselves as well. The Browns don't even win. Not at that contract, they don't. Not at that number, they don't. Because even though I think AP won at the negotiation table, is Terry McLaurin looking like a $27 million wide receiver right now? Trade Brandon Coleman if you want to trade somebody. Who wants Brandon Coleman, Tracy? And the thing is, the team that may want Brandon Coleman, what they going to give up for him? A 6 or a 7 rounder? I guess if you want more 6 and 7 round picks, but you ain't hitting on a Ja'Cory Crosby merit every year. You're not. There's a reason why he might end up being the best 7th round running back of all time. I thought motherfuckers be giving you a fan. Thank you. Thank you, Red. They forget that. They think this is a troll channel, and it's never been that. It's never been that. Y'all know who I really rarely ever talk negative about? Jaden Daniels. Because he doesn't give me shit to talk negative about. That ain't me glazing. That ain't me being biased. That's me being honest about Jaden Daniels' play. And if the nigga is giving me elite quarterback play, what is there to be negative about? But if you was watching the beginning of the stream, I was the first one to say that Jaden Daniels has regressed this year. He's taken a slight step back. Now, whether that be because of his supporting crew, you can name a number of factors. But the facts are the facts that his production ain't been the same that it was over the course of the first couple of weeks last year. And then I can also admit that he started the first couple of weeks slow last year as a passer. But he turned it into the greatest rookie quarterback season of all time. I appreciate that, Red. I try to give his honest. That's why I get mad when we talk about Terry McLaurin as much as we do, because y'all force me. And I made a tweet about it. No, I don't hate Terry McLaurin. I love Terry McLaurin. I'm trying to find one of them little boxes now to get my jersey that Terry McLaurin signed framed somewhere in the picture so y'all can see it. So y'all can believe me when I say that I love Terry McLaurin. But it's the Terry McLaurin fans that create this delusional discourse about him that I don't like, that I'm always going to stand 10 toes down on. Like, y'all are delusional. And it's the thing that I don't respect. We bash any other player. But Terry McLaurin gets a pass. We got to keep the kid gloves on with Terry McLaurin. Like, why is it a crime to say that a $27 million wide receiver, because that's what he is without the contract, without the incentives and the performance elevators? Why do I have to be delusional for y'all to like me to say that that's top 10 wide receiver production? It's not. It's honest. Shout out my man Kevin. What kind of shoes did you have on Monday night? Shit, what kind of shoes I have on Monday night? I had on a 5 jersey. Shit, what kind of shoes did I have on Monday night? Damn, I'm getting old, bro. Bro, what that? Oh, I had on them Dion. Them 96 Diamond Turks. I had on them 96 black and white Diamond Turks. You might gotta go to StockX to find them. Them joints sold like hotcakes, my boy. Them joints sold like hotcakes. I had on them Dion's, cuz. I had on them Dion's. Y'all see, I had to look at the vault. The vault. Some shoes on the floor. Full discrepancy. But when every shoe is up, yeah, the vault don't have an empty box. The vault don't have an empty box. All right, y'all. Yeah. I figured this was gonna happen. This is the most y'all done cut up in the chat in a minute. We got 240 people watching this stream across all 3 platforms. Shout out to y'all. Tell a friend. Go ahead and smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, so they're not missing any of this content for Bleeding B&G. Because you heard it as my man Red said. I'm gonna pull it up. I'm just giving you the most raw, uncut, and unfiltered analysis on your Washington Commanders. Because guess what? As my man Kevin said, I told you how the Terry McLaurin situation was going to go 6 months ago. I told you Mikey Sarenstill was slow-footed last year. And then again in February when they was talking about moving him back to the slot. So the biggest reason that you should hit that, smash that subscribe button, smash that like button, because if you do and you don't miss any of this content from Bleeding B&G, you're going to sound like the ultimate ball knower in your friend group. And who doesn't want that? Who doesn't want that? Reports are saying that the Giants are interested in trading for Terry McLaurin because they don't want to trade for a receiver that's not under contract next year. Yeah, I don't see AP making that trade. But to be honest, for the sake of Terry, I don't want to see him playing on that MetLife turf a day in my life. Unless he's playing in an away game. Or unless they play in the Super Bowl at some point. Nah. See, look, I still have a heart for whoever said that the other day that I ain't saying nothing nice about Terry McLaurin. I still care enough to not want him to play on the MetLife field. I still love him. You niggas ready to jump off the whole season after the Bears no one is staying calm in the crisis, but you've been right, bro. I don't know why people flipping like that. Yeah. And that's the thing, hey, Boogie. Like, if you felt this way about Terry, like if you felt a certain way about Terry before the Bears game, don't flip. Don't flip. Because Terry was never helping us in the Bears game. But all the reasons why you should have felt differently about Terry happened before the Bears game. So you should have been on this side for a while. Nah, we paying pain, no cap. This offseason, I think we might make him play on that last year unless he holds out. But I think there's a walk away number for Daron Payne. You literally gonna talk about right? They don't practice and get better during the season. It only happens in camp. Yeah, they don't work on tackling as much during the season. Like, it's in the CBA, bro. Like, I don't have to be on the field. Like, I don't have to be in Ashburn to know that. It's literally in the CBA that they can't practice on certain tackling techniques and certain tackling maneuvers during the season that they can in the offseason. That's literally in the collective bargaining agreement. Keep spinning, bro, whether people can handle it or not, to choose and answer. Exactly. Because guess what? Y'all want me to be positive, but guess what? If the play stays like this, we're gonna end up 5-12, and all y'all gonna be miserable in January. And it's gonna have to force me to run another victory lap on y'all. Because I'm like, what the fuck y'all so sad for? This is what y'all wanted. Y'all wanted to play the stake exactly like this. We got our one AP pressure fan base with the fringe with materials on now. He ain't going like that with Payne. For real. I do think AP got a little pressure in the fan base. I do think AP was listening to the fan base. You can tell in those press conferences when he's like, we know how much Terry McLaurin's loved. I agree. CT, you ain't just changed your name again, bro. Come on, bro. You can't be just changing your name 65 times midstream. All right, what else? We get into these last couple of comments before we do the lay of the day. Best thing about our team. Oh, you be boosting the ground scoop. You know what's crazy? I definitely had one of them motherfuckers the other day. I think that's why I dapped Buddy up across the aisle. I was lit, but I think that's why I tried to keep it PG. I tried to say that I was watching through my Stella Artois lenses, trying to make it seem like I ain't had no heart. I definitely got one of them spike lemonades. I ain't even about to hold you. Terry respects the grind. You tripping with that? Okay. I know a lot of people that respect the grind and don't want to participate in training camp. I got you though. Terry isn't that good to be holding out for real. He's tripping. Hey man, I'm gonna just let the people speak at this point. Bro, Caleb had all the nail shops lit, bro. Caleb had y'all gonna cancel me. I'm not. Y'all are gonna cancel me. It's too many people on this stream for me to go in. Yeah. Caleb had all the nail. Yeah, he had all the nail shops lit. Caleb had all the nail shops lit for sure. He did. Come on, gang. OGs, pay attention. And that was really going. Agent and Terry set Terry up for all this flame. No one was saying, but people that were paying real close attention. Exactly. And let's go back to what you said, Tracy. Let's say that Terry McLaurin does respect the grind, doesn't want to miss training camp, right? Let's go with your theory. Let's go with your philosophy. Let's go with that, right? Let's go with your thought process. Why did he end up signing for a contract? Why did he end up signing for the contract that he did at the end of training camp then? Because at some point he had to know, unless Buddy Baker is that horrible of an agent, at some point he had to know that Adam Peters wasn't flipping, and that wasn't the fucking night before he signed. Why did he wait to the end of training camp to sign that contract? Now, I'm not saying that was the biggest motivating factor. No, I think that's like y'all like polarize what I say. I didn't say like that was the number one reason why he didn't sign a contract. No, I do think he wanted that financial security. But why did he end up signing the contract that he did, where he got a slight raise? If you look at the base salary without the performance elevators and the incentives, why did he end up signing for that contract when training camp ended? Come on, bro. We got to take the lenses off. JD got to be Superman for us to make the playoffs. That defense breaks my heart. It breaks my heart for JD. And I'm so glad that he took accountability, and I didn't expect nothing less from him. Do we have another? We got another super? No. We don't. I was geeking for the super. Oh, we might. Nah, okay. Shout out my man Tracy. F Noah Brown, but okay. Yeah, bro. That's what I'm saying. And trust me, I ain't saying that the niggas is out there doing Oklahomas during training camp. They're not. I ain't saying that. The niggas not doing nutcrackers like we was playing 65-pound ball, right? But there's certain times in the CBA where you can like throw it up that you can't do during the season. Yeah, you can tackle bags and stuff during the season, but guess what? That bag that you tackling, that tackling dummy, not running 4-3, not giving you the dead leg like DeAndre Swift gave Quan Martin the other day. Now, nobody's going to be running 4-3, running full speed at practice and one-on-one drills in training camp, but we could simulate movement. We could do that. I've coached Little League before, like, and the rules have changed since like we played a fucking dangerous game. Football of today is not the football of the past. We play a dangerous game, and the equipment that they gave us was fucked. It was fucked. But like most little leagues now, you can only like tackle one day out of a week of practice. So I've had to like work around how to better my team at tackling without actually tackling. Yeah, that's why I expect them to do it in the NFL. I promise you, bro. I don't be talking baseless. I promise. That's one thing I take pride in. Like, I could be wrong, but at least I'm gonna be wrong with the research that I believe in. I ain't just making baseless statements, bro. It's definitely because of the supporting crew, because them boys had chemistry. It's a reason Caleb goes to Oz on third down. For sure. Olamide the Kids was a chain mover last year. Austin Eckler, when he was healthy, was a chain mover last year. The only chain mover that we really have is Terry. He can be a chain mover, but Zach Ertz. Like we don't have any guaranteed chain movers on this offense that allow you to play ahead of the sticks. AP Pentagon, CJ, GJ, Eagles ain't shit without him. He can help us a lot. I don't disagree, but I don't think that's happening. I don't think I hate to feel like this. I don't. How you feeling? How you feeling? How you feeling, Dean? You played so bad last night, fans started fighting. Were they fighting each other? Were they fighting? I seen that video. Payne let John Allen slap. Hey, CT. I mean, Scoot. I don't know why the fuck. Because I think CT was the one flooding the chat last week. No, we gotta start giving stars of the stream. I might have to start giving stars of the stream. But we got 10 more of these at least guaranteed for the rest of the year. I might have to start giving stars of the stream. Because Scoot on his best bullshit today. Yeah, he did let him slap him. You sent another one when? You sent another one just now? Or was that about the CBA? Yeah, I think that was about the CBA. Yeah, I got to mind my setup. Yeah, I think I answered your last super, Tracy. I think I answered your last super. Let's see. All right. Perfect segue. So Kevin asks, is the Commanders Cowboys going to be a shootout over under 55.5? Y'all know my degenerate ass, even though we've been in the stream. I think this might end up being our longest stream. I appreciate y'all spending y'all Wednesday evening and Wednesday night with the boy over here at Bleeding B&G. But y'all know we can't end the stream without the lay of the day. Our record is pristine. If y'all have seen the stream, y'all know our record is pristine. We almost had another banger the other day, if not for that illegal ass phantom ass. And this how you know I'm honest. I went back and watched the TV copy. That illegal formation that Roma dudes they caught that touchdown on was bullshit. I will admit that, Chicago Bear fans. That shit was bullshit. I think niggas just be trying to save face for Mikey because he's a really nice guy. Mikey Samuelson is an upset. Mikey Samuelson might end up leading like the Players Union one day. And I think everybody knows that. Like ESPN real life highlighted this man and he didn't even block the kick, bro. Go back and watch it if y'all think I'm lying. Or matter of fact, go watch it when I said it in my reaction video. Honestly, do you believe we can go to Dallas? We already struggle in this Dallas. You want me to be honest? I don't think we win unless Jaden Daniels has a Jaden Daniels legacy game. Unless Jaden Daniels accounts for over 325 all-purpose yards, I don't think we win this game. And I think 325 is the low end. Because we're not covering these niggas. They scoring at least 35 points. So, and I don't think without Terry McLaurin potentially not playing, I know he practiced today. Nigga jogged around. Come on, let's be real. I know he jogged around today, but if we don't have Terry McLaurin again, I don't see a way that we could put up more than 35 points unless Jaden Daniels has fucking 300 passing yards and damn near 100 yards rushing. Like the Atlanta Falcons game last year. That's one of my favorite Jaden Daniels games. I don't think that game gets talked about enough. That nigga was out that bitch running like Gil Sayers and throwing like fucking Patrick Mahomes. Like that nigga was on some different shit. And I haven't seen that Jaden Daniels this year. So, D, the hope is that, or the hope that I'm going to give you is that I do think Jaden Daniels is capable of doing that at any moment. But the cockeyed Joe finna get he better. What do they have against playing young niggas? And it ain't just cockeyed Joe, even though Joe is cockeyed. Like, cockeyed is a motherfucker. It ain't just cockeyed Joe, though. Cliff Kingsbury be on the same shit. He ain't got no choice but to give Bill at least 15 touches now because fucking our running back room is a fucking mass unit. But listen to what fucking Cliff Kingsbury says when they ask him about Ja'Cory Crosby-Merritt. In every press conference prior to last week, he be like, yeah, it's almost like he be disgusted at what Bill does without the football, like as a pass blocker. I'm like, bro, what the fuck do y'all have against young niggas? Football is the young nigga game. It is. That's why you don't see football players having 12 and 15-year careers. I just saw on the breaking ticker right before I got on the stream. Russell Westbrook just signed with the Kings going into his 18th season. A nigga playing 18 years in the NFL is unheard of. This is a young niggas game. And y'all mad at all these young niggas. Like, what? Instead of developing them, y'all gonna sit them on the sideline. Like, I can't get canceled. And I don't even want to say this as a teacher. But if Jordan McGee can't dissect the playbook at this point, he might have been in that classroom with 3 people in it. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm trying to pull up this lay. I told y'all, FanDuel be pissing me off. Y'all know somewhere else. I already pay these niggas a subscription. FanDuel been pissing me off. Y'all know another streaming site comparable to FanDuel? Because I know y'all saw it in my last video. Shit hit like the 15-minute mark and just start lagging out of nowhere. Like, and I don't think it's my internet, because as soon as I get off of StreamYard, watch this shit start moving at lightning speed, at business speed. Yeah, Thursday night parlay time. We doing a Thursday night parlay? Damn, I was giving a Commander parlay. We doing a Thursday night parlay? All right, hit the chat real quick. Do we want a Thursday night parlay and I post the Commander parlay later in the week? Or do we want to do a Commanders Cowboys parlay? I only got time for one. I'm going to give y'all a couple minutes. Nah. I'm going to give y'all a couple seconds to hit the chat. A couple seconds. If you send a super chat, I'm going to just go with whatever you say. But do we want to do a Thursday night football parlay, or do we want a Commanders Cowboys parlay? Jada for sure has to be more consistent. What we want? I feel like a cold red game with this stretch of games. Yeah, I was trying to find the nicest way possible to say that, Kevo. Nah, for real. It's a lot of them that definitely wouldn't have raised their hand to read in class. It definitely. But I can't say too much. I might send this to my employee. Live Commanders lay. So we want the Commanders lay. We want the Commanders lay. I got 1 vote for the Commanders lay. I'm gonna give y'all like 30 more seconds. I got 2 votes. I got 1 vote for Thursday night parlay. I got 1 vote for Commanders parlay. The next vote is what we going with. Oh shit. You see it, Annie. He listened. Tracy, love you, my boy. Tracy sent in that super chat, so we're gonna pull up the Commanders Cowboys parlay. Beware. I'm gonna pull it up when I find it, but they might not have a lot of props based off of how long we got a CBS receipt as yeah, see, they don't have that many props because we got a fucking CBS receipt as injury report. So Tracy, that's what I'm gonna do, because you did send in the super chat. I'm looking right now. But matter of fact, let me pull it up so y'all can see it. Let me pull it up. Let me pull it up so y'all can see it. Oh shit, it wasn't that. One try to pull that up. Hey, why AI made me look neo soul, bro? Why they do me like that? Made me look like I listen to D'Angelo all day. Shout out to D'Angelo, rest in peace. My bear nappy is fucking that joint. All right, bro, pull up the screen, bro. Because these niggas on bullshit. All right, so while that's pulling up, there's a StreamYard on that dial up right now. Sunday lay, the normal routine. Thursday, because we play Monday. All right, they want the Josh, she got me looking like Caleb. Hey, AI's a motherfucker though. I ain't gonna lie, because I guess I wasn't doing this shit myself. I wasn't paying nobody to do this shit. Bro, what are we doing? I can't share my screen. What are we doing? I'm trying, y'all. This shit is on some fuck shit again. We on some fuck shit again. So I'm gonna talk y'all through it until if the screen ever wants to pull up. I'm gonna talk y'all through it until this screen ever wants to pull up, because I can't have Tracy telling me I look like Caleb Williams anymore. That nigga just beat us. That nigga just beat us. I'll let you say it any other week. Right now, nah. Shit did have me looking like Caleb a little bit. That was a Caleb ass beard. You can't run my comb through that motherfucker. All right, so Tracy. The Commanders don't have props. The Commanders and Cowboys don't. They only have game lines and first half lines and stuff like that. So, as we did last week, make sure you pay attention to the channel. I will be posting the late of the day for the Commanders on the channel. Make sure y'all do that because Tracy did send in the super chat. So we're gonna definitely look out for my supporters. I will send that. Matter of fact, when you want to stream for longer than an hour, 15 minutes, when you want to join for an hour, 25 minutes, you liable to say some crazy shit, bro. So talk you through it. Yeah, that is crazy. But yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna have to do because stream y'all on their best bullshit. Let's see. I'm gonna try it one more time. I don't know what the fuck is going on with these niggas, bro. I just put smut on their name and then they come do some even wilder shit. We ain't never been able to not share the screen. Like, what we doing? What we doing? Share screen. All right, fuck it, bro. Fuck it. Here we go. All right. So yeah, it does sound crazy, but it looks like I'm gonna have to talk you through this lane. It looks like I'm gonna have to talk. We're gonna do a Thursday night football lane for right now. Because the Commanders don't have any props. Y'all know my degenerate ass. I'm not doing any parlay less than 1,000 odds. We're gonna turn that $10 to $100 real fast for you. They don't want us to win. But yeah, it's probably why they ain't got the props up. All right, so Steelers, Bengals, Thursday night football. How we rocking? Game lines. What's the game lines? Steelers -5.5. Money line -240. Over under 45.5. All right. So let's go to some props. So I really just wanted, y'all know Jamar Chase, one of my favorite football players. I'm tempted to do the under in Jamar Chase's yards though because of that wild shit that he said the other day. And they said that the Steelers was going to raw dog him. So if he thinks that the Steelers was going to raw dog him, why the fuck would I? If he thinks the Steelers going to raw dog him, why would I put him to go over? I know y'all heard that wild shit Jamar said the other day. And if y'all thinking I'm slicing it, yeah, this is definitely the Unk Bowl. It's definitely the Unk Bowl. This the AARP Bowl. This the Life Alert Bowl. That sounds like a real bowl name, like a college football bowl name. Yeah, this shit not coming up, bro. I don't know what the fuck. I need a new computer. Y'all go ahead and donate to the channel so I can get a new computer. Because I don't even think this is streaming out at this point. Because what the fuck are we doing? All right, rushing props. Here we go. Make sure y'all write it down because y'all can't see the screen, evidently. Rushing prop. We going Jaylen Warren over 48.5 rushing yards. Jaylen Warren over 48.5 rushing yards. Damn, man, we got a profit boost. But I'm gonna give you plus 1,000 odds without the profit boost. So Jaylen Warren over 48.5 rushing yards. Let's see. Ooh, why is Aaron Rodgers passing y'all so low? Some spell fishy. And all right, let's play it. Aaron Rodgers under 216.5 passing yards. So, you know, those first two legs, Jalen Warren over and Aaron Rodgers under, they run hand in hand. This is how you bet with strategy, y'all. This is how you gamble with strategy. This is how you gamble with strategy. What else we gonna do? What else we gonna do? Hold on. Yeah, I tried to get y'all to see the screen. I tried. I'm about to cut stream y'all out. All right. Jalen Warren over 48.5 rushing yards. Aaron Rodgers under 216.5 passing yards. We're gonna alter line. We're gonna alt line Joe Flacco 225 plus passing yards. So we had a plus 419 now. And then receiving props. Jamar said he's gonna get raw dog, so we're gonna go. I'm gonna play it safe. T. Higgins, 25 receiving yards. We're gonna play it real safe. We're gonna go Jamar Chase, 60 receiving yards. What that take us to 696. And then we're gonna alt line. What is it at? Because the Steelers won last week, right? Yeah. So this line is fairly short based off of how these teams have performed. Because the Bengals lost, right? Yeah, they lost to the Packers. Yeah. All right. And then we're going to play it safe since we're putting it on a lay. Where is it at? Oh, now we want to share the screen. Bruh. I'm about to crash out. Oh, now they want to share the screen. Oh. That's nice. Thanks. What is the alternate spread? Where is it at? We're going to play the alt spread to the Bengals plus 7.5. That should take us to 1,000. Bang! 6-legger plus 1,093 odds without the profit boost. Without the profit boost. That's how you know we've been on the stream forever. I'm fucking it every word up now. Without the profit boost, plus 1093 odds. Jalen Warren over 48.5 rushing yards. Aaron Rodgers under 216.5 passing yards. Joe Flacco 225 passing yards on the alt line. T. Higgins 25 receiving yards on the alt line. Jamar Chase 60 receiving yards on the alt line. And alternate split Cincinnati Bengals plus 7.5. For the odds of plus 1093. Plus 1093. I went away. Did y'all hear me? Did y'all hear that? My shit just froze. What we doing? Oh, I guess we back. So I guess they about to show the screen so that y'all can have it. There we go. All right. So I need to get out of here because stream y'all doing some witchcraft shit now. But you see it. Jalen Warren over 48.5 rushing yards. Aaron Rodgers under 216.5 passing yards. Joe Flacco 225 plus on the alt passing yards. T. Higgins 25 receiving yards on the alt line. Jamar Chase 60 receiving yards on the alt line. Cincinnati Bengals plus 7.5. Plus 7.5. Go ahead and punch that ticket in. Thank me later. Go ahead and punch that ticket in and thank me later. Y'all know what y'all come for. And for the people that are looking for a Commanders Cowboy Lay, make sure you tap into Bleeding BNG on X because we will be posting it there. We might post it on YouTube as well. So make sure you stay posted on the channel as well. All the reason why you need to smash that subscribe button, smash that like button. But we done been in here for an hour, 30 minutes. This has been our longest Commander Caucus stream of all time. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate all the super chats. I appreciate the non-super chats. Make sure that you here next Wednesday because guess what? We cutting up even more. I'll check in on y'all on the flip side.